Hi English students, this is Mrs. Peacock, and at this point we need to look at the descriptive narrative essay. This will be the first essay for English 101. This type of essay provides the reader with a picture and words. It creates a verbal picture of a person, place, or thing. The writer creates a subjective impression by observing and recording specific details that appeal to the reader's sense of sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. The descriptive essay requires colorful details to support the writing. So for instance, instead of telling me the beach is pretty, you could describe the sensation of the sand on your feet, the seagulls above you, and how the waves felt crashing around you. AI usage is not allowed on essay assignments, and plagiarism or cheating of any kind will result in a 0 for the assignment. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. So the way that the class is structured, you'll have rough draft due dates and final draft due dates. The rough draft is the essay that's going to have some grammar errors, it may be incomplete or have some formatting issues, but you'll have what's called peer review, where your classmates will read over your essays and give you feedback on what needs to be improved before you turn in your final draft. The final draft is the one I will grade. So for this assignment, the rough draft is due Wednesday, June 4th by midnight, and the final draft is due Wednesday, June 11th by midnight. This essay is worth 15% of the final grade. Essays should be between 500 to 750 words in length. If you go over 750, I don't count off, but make sure you at least have 500 words because that is the minimum for the assignment. For formatting, it's 12-point times New Roman font, double space with MLA heading and style. Luckily, the Little Seagull textbook on page 200 has a really good example of what MLA looks like. Notice it starts with your name, then my name, then the course, and then the due date. Then you have a centered title, and in the upper right-hand corner, it has your last name and the page number. So just make sure you follow this as a guide for your MLA formatting. Here are a few topic ideas. If you wish, you can submit your own idea to me if none of these are really inspiring to you. You could write about a holiday or celebration with your family. So a lot of students like to write about July 4th, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and you can describe that holiday. Just make sure you choose one holiday and not 3. You can write about an unforgettable moment in your life. So this could be positive or negative. Some parents have chosen to write about what it was like to have their first child. Other folks have written about a more dark moment. So that could be maybe getting in a car accident or some mistake. So just depends on what you want to write about, but just make sure whatever you share, you feel comfortable with other students reading. A fun vacation that you have taken in real life or in your dreams. So this could be, I've gotten some really fun ones from the beach or mountains or traveling internationally or going to a state that they've never been to. And you can describe what that trip was like. Or it could be a trip that you've taken in your dreams. So for instance, I've always wanted to travel to England, and I would describe all the cool things I would love to do in England while I'm there. A regrettable action is another option. So I've had some students essentially describe what happened, then the aftermath or consequences, and then the lesson they learned from that action. A fun night at the movies is another option. That's a more lighthearted option. You could describe going to the movies with your friends or family, the specific movie you saw, the reactions of that movie, the smell and taste of the popcorn. Really, you could just let the reader imagine what it's like to go to the movies. A picture that is close to your heart. So typically this is a picture of someone who's no longer with us, and you really treasure this photo, and you could describe what it looked like and why it's so important to you personally. I always have a final draft late submission rule, which is 10 points off every day late for the final draft, and this is really to incentivize turning in your papers on time. All your final drafts will be graded using the English 101 grading rubric, and that is listed on the Start Here section of Canvas. And then I have a brainstorming and outlining space. You don't have to use that space, but a lot of students like to write notes on their topic sheets. Notice that the next assignment is going to be to turn in an outline, and this is going to function as a way for me to know exactly which topic you're going to write about and the direction you're taking this topic. So let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a wonderful day.